Nice to meet you guys. My name is Miss Hecht. I'm also a BYU student. I originally play the viola. Who are the violists in here? Wait, for real? There are none. I'm alone. I'm going to grab yours, actually. Can I real quick? Thank you so much. So you all know the differences between a violin and a viola, right? The viola is better. Just kidding. All the instruments are equal. They're all great. So I play a little bit of the violin. I play mostly the viola. I'm learning to play the cello and the bass this semester. And I think I have to say I really, really like the bass. It's been a lot of fun to learn. So today we're going to build off of a little bit what we just learned about intervals. Real quick recap. Can we remember what the definition was for the interval? Who has it? Yeah?
The musical steps between two notes.
The musical steps between two notes. That's a super, super good definition. So who of you guys knew that you were playing intervals on your instrument this whole time? You're doing something you didn't even know that you knew how to do. That's pretty cool. So now that we're putting a name to it, we're going to learn how to find them on your instrument. Because you've all been playing songs in your beginning classes, but now we're going to kind of put some names to the notes and explore our instruments a little bit and find out where these intervals are. So let's start with the D string, and we'll just pluck for right now because we want to focus on the notes. So you can set your bow somewhere on the stand or something somewhere safe. Yeah, everyone just start plucking your D string. Perfect. All right, let's stop. So does anyone remember what a step is when we were talking about that? How far is that away? Yeah. It's only one note away. So does anyone have a pretty good, I know you guys maybe don't know exactly where it is, but does anyone have a good guess as to where a second would be on your instrument? That's a good guess. What do you think? There we go. Yeah, that's a really good guess because the strings are close to each other. You'd think that would be a step. But that's the answer we're looking for. From the D string, putting your first finger down. What note is that? E. Woo, you guys are so bright. First finger down on the E. Does that sound like the second that we were just playing before? Yeah, everyone try that. Put your first finger down on E on the D string. Awesome. All right. That sounds really good, you guys. So if that's a second, well, that's another name for a step. We just called it a step. Another name for it is a second. It's between two notes, E to D. That's a good way to remember it. How many notes do you have to count? What do you guys think comes next after a second? What's the next interval? What do you think? Wow, you guys already know it. We have a third that comes next. So going off of what we've learned now, that this is a second, where do we think a third might be? Who hasn't answered yet? I know you guys seem like you know what you're doing, but who hasn't answered yet? Who has a good guess as where a third might be? That's really close. We're almost there. G is a little bit high. Did you have an answer? F sharp. Why do you think that? It's the next one up. Yeah. So we're going to listen to that. There's our F sharp. Everyone play a D. And now play an F sharp. Let's try to do it all together so we can hear what it sounds like. So everyone play a D. 1, 2, ready, go. And now play an F sharp. 1, 2, ready, go. Yeah, can you hear the difference between those two? Yeah. So you mentioned the G before. What interval do you think that is? Between D and G, if we're going up.
I can remember the name.
So we had a second, we had a third. What comes next?
The A thing?
A fourth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So everyone play a D on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. And are we going to do the same thing with G? Just 1. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So you can hear the difference between those again? Awesome. And now we're going to do the fifth, because you mentioned the A string too. So what do you guys think the interval is between a D and an A? Yeah, we've had you answer, we've had you answer. You guys are so good. We have someone else who wants to give it a shot?
High D.
That's the octave that we were talking about before, remember? But what do you think a D to an A is? We've done a second, third, fourth, fifth. There you go. Everyone pluck the D string. 1, 2, 3. And now on the count of 3, pluck the A string. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's awesome. You guys are getting that super, super fast. So now, what do you think happens? Thank you so much. What do you think happens if I put my first finger down? And we're starting on the E now. Where is a second if we're going up one note? Yeah, F sharp. So now the interval is still the same. It's still a second, but we're starting on E. So it's still that step. Does that make sense? Okay, now I want to give you guys just we only have a couple minutes left, so I want to give you 1 minute to explore your instruments a little bit. Find your own interval, and then I'll give a couple people a chance to share and tell me what the interval is that you're playing. So take like 20 seconds to do that right now. All right. Be quiet for a second. Who has a really cool interval that they want to share with us? Yeah? Okay, play it for us. Nice. What note did you start on? You started on A, and what was the second note you played?
I think it was D minor.
You played A to a D?
I think so.
Yeah, A, B, C, D. So do you know what interval that is? Does anyone know what interval that is? If we're counting up? The high D on the A string, right? So does anyone know what interval that might be? A fourth. And why is it a fourth?
Because we start on A, and we go 1, and then that's the second, and that's the third.
Yeah, we're counting A, B, C, D, 4. Because we're counting all the musical steps between the two notes. Does that make sense? Does anyone have any questions on that? Did anyone else want to share their interval? I think you guys did a great job. Thank you so much for letting me share a little bit with you guys. You guys are awesome.